where the record button is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. There we go. Everybody see that okay? I think I lost some people, but yeah. All right. So January, I understand that those of you who live in Maryland are about to get some snow this weekend, huh? No, you're not.
They just as quick as they said that, now it's we might get a wintry mix.
Oh my. They really love to make a big deal out of it, don't they? That's why, Barry's coming home this weekend, and I am convinced it's because he thought there was going to be some snow. So he will be one very disappointed camper. So, all right,
Probably.
here we go. So we're going to start this like we did last month with you deciding which image speaks to you. So, it'd be really cool if you wrote it down because you don't want to change your mind. And you might want to change your mind when you see what the message is. There we go. All right, so you're just picking one of them. Which image speaks to you today?
Do they have names under them?
Nope. So,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
but it's
I
a
just remember what it looks like. Okay.
I have lost you, Della. I keep trying to change this around a little bit oh, there we go. There you are. All right, so the snowflake, the little baby, the light, the fireworks, the moon, or the New Year's resolutions. And if you want to, you could put it in the chat at the bottom of your screen. There'll be a little thing that says chat or the top of your screen, and you can say which one you picked. If you're brave. I'll give you another second or so.
I don't see the chat part.
Up at it is actually up at the top there. So, oh, Leslie's got the little girl. Stephanie's got the bright light. Tammy being the rebel, she's got two, the light and the moon.
Well,
Bella's
I
got
have
the
the
light.
moon, but I don't see the chat.
Maria's got the light. Well, you can just tell us what it is, Cynthia.
The moon.
The moon. Okay. All right.
And then I'm going on mute.
And then, okay, that's fine. All right. And since I know the answers, I'm not going to pick. So everybody's cool. Everybody picked what they wanted. So here we go. Now, nobody picked the snowflake, but if you were kind of hanging around with that one, then you would have needed silence and purity. But nobody needs silence or purity right now. So, little girl, it's time for you to return to innocence and wonder. Allow yourself to see through fresh eyes. Erase the words always and should. What are you missing? Now, a lot of you picked light. You need a breakthrough. Go to the most spiritual place you know and ask for the answers. Embrace your epiphany. I see you. I see you guys. All right. I don't think anybody picked fireworks. Nobody wants excitement. Now, if I was to pick one, that was actually the one that I would pick. It's time to sign up for that class that you've always dreamed of. There you are, Ashita. What did you pick?
The fireworks.
Oh, good. There you go. Another class for you. You can do this. It's never too late. I love it. That's so perfect for you. All right, the moon. Moon is telling you it's time to let go. Resisting what you know is true will delay the inevitable. Look in the mirror and imagine the life you truly want with no fear. Who picked the moon? That was That was, Cynthia. And I think Tammy also picked it as an alternate one. All right. Nobody picked New Year's resolutions. So and we should all do this anyway. Treat your mind, body, and spirit with integrity, love, and respect. You're already okay. Believe it, and that will give you the strength and willpower. So was it on? Do you guys feel like it was on for you pretty much? Yeah.
Yes. And actually, I think if you look at the sun and the moon, they aren't opposing each other really because it kind of goes together. Or is that just me being crazy?
No, no. I do think in order for you to let go, or in order for you to have the breakthrough, you would have to let go, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right. So here we go. January healing space. You want to go through this one, Della? Where'd she go?
I'm right here. Sure. I just had to unmute. Sure. January healing space. So this is a quote by Leland B. Jacobs that I just felt like, oh, January. January opens the box of the year. It brings out days that are bright and clear. And I was like, that's just a very good way to kind of start off the year. So January healing space is all about new beginnings, the transitioning from one point to another. Spiritually, this month is all about hope for what is to come. It's a brand new year, looking forward to all the things that we can do, will do, and looking forward to doing. It's also about sowing seeds and nurturing them throughout the year. The spirit animal for this month is the wolf, which goes right in line with the traditional January full moon of wolf moon. The color for this month is white, and as Linda was saying before, wishing that we were going to be having some white snow this weekend, but doesn't look like we will. The Celtic moon is birch moon, and the gemstone, oh, that's my bad. It's the gemstone for January is the garnet.
So when I saw I knew it was a wolf moon, but I didn't know that was going to be the spirit animal. I don't know if last month we said that the owl was the spirit animal. And oh my gosh, like, I don't know if you guys have been following my Facebook, but the amount of owls I saw was incredible. I've never seen owls before. So all of a sudden they're showing up everywhere. And I saw a wolf and I was like, oh crap. Are there going to be wolves? Are there wolves in North Carolina? There are wolves in North Carolina, right, Rhea?
Are they?
They're not gray wolves. There's red wolves. But you can go to, I don't know that they'd be that close to the coast. They're more in like the Asheville area.
But they're not just free running around or anything.
No, you won't see them.
All right, so we won't worry about that. Anyway, if you haven't seen my owl story, do let me know.
Saw it, definitely.
Yeah. So I do love wolves, by the way. I wouldn't be adverse to seeing wolves.
I love wolves too. That's my favorite pet. But my sister says I can't have a wolf.
I actually have seen people with wolves. I mean, that's a thing. So
I have one, but I like them.
yeah. So wolves are known as the teacher. Anytime you dream of a wolf, or you might notice that they keep popping up in pictures or TV or something like that. It's trying to lead you to your own wisdom. It's an intriguing mix of power, loyalty, guardianship, teamwork, and wildness, which doesn't that make sense? That's what you have to have as a teacher. If you are going to lead others, you have to be able to create that loyalty, and you have to be a little wild because things change on a dime. Believe me, I can attest to that. It's a powerful guiding force. they're extremely intuitive. So if, like Cynthia says, that's one of your favorite animals, it may be that you have a strong intuition. And if you could really go into kind of having some dialogue with your wolf, you might be able to access your intuition a little bit more. They have an almost supernatural instinct that can detect dangerous situations. So if you're ever in a situation, say you're on the subway or something like that, you could call upon that wolf spirit to help you. The wolf totem, that's what they call it in Native American, some people have different animals as their totem, their protector. It's a reminder to keep your spirit alive and trust your instincts to find a way that will best suit you. So I know lots of people that really feel that wolf energy. So I would think that especially in January, it's a really good time to try to connect with your wolf, your inner wolf. So this year, we're going to focus a little bit more on the moons and the moon cycles. You guys all know Heather Hanko, one of our yogis and Reiki healers. She gave me a great book for Christmas called Moonology. And it kind of goes deeper into, we always talk about the new moon and the full moon, but what are those other periods of time? All of us know enough about astrology that we can kind of figure out. So if it's a waxing moon on the 4th in Libra, Libra is all about balance. A waxing moon means you should focus on creative magic. So how can you balance out your life? So we're not going to go through all of this because we have a lot of stuff to go through, but you might just want to start to think about this, and we're going to talk more about it in February, how to work with the moons. There you go, Miss Della.
All right. So as we said, the color for January will be white. And so white is associated with truth, purity, cleansing, healing, and protection. And, if you kind of look at white, it's just like a blank slate, just where to start. And, so for January, starting off the year, that's what we're doing. Out with the old, we're starting with the new, with a blank slate. It's a fresh beginning, fresh new beginning. It is also associated with innocence and simplicity. In feng shui, white is considered a powerful color. It brings revived energy, again, the new beginnings, and even heavenly assistance. It is a serene and calming hue, but it is also uplifting. It is a color that is positive and instills goodness, hope, clarity, and openness. It is about reincarnation and rebirth, and it also enhances the awakening of the soul. And also it can, just like even with a blank space, it can also create an open space, getting back to that new beginning. So, this is a good thing to start off the year with white and that blank slate in order to create what we're going to do for the rest of the year. All right, the gemstone for January, the garnet. It signifies protection and friendship, trust, commitment, love, and especially passionate love. It also has properties of grounding, love, motivation, prosperity, strength, vitality. It symbolizes metamorphosis, and it carries fire energy, that red, that fire. It can increase your enthusiasm and courage. And garnet is believed to possess the strength and enchantment of Cupid and Aphrodite, going back to that love and passion. For men and women, this stone is a blessing and it aids in manifesting. It helps maintain health, regulate blood flow, enhance bone strength, increase immunity, and speed up your metabolism. So if you have some garnet, it's time to start carrying it around. Wearing
So-
it in your bra, putting it in your pocket.
There is garnet at the studio, and we have a whole lot of garnet, actually. Not, most people think of garnet as, like a ring or, a necklace or something like that. But the stone is really interesting. So when we were up in New York at the Reiki retreat, there was garnet everywhere on the ground. It was just raw garnet. And I mean, we were just like gathering, all kinds of it. And it's really beautiful. But garnet is weird in that it looks black or dark. So I think the reason why the garnet is still there and the crystals that we have left is because people don't understand how beautiful it is unless they take it outside. So if you want garnet, let me know, because I have it. So you can continue.
All right. So the chakras for January. So the chakra associated with the color white is the crown chakra, which of course is located on the top of the head. And the mudra is the 1,000-petal mudra. And this is the symbol. You put your index fingers together, your thumbs together, spread the other fingers apart, and you hold it above your head. Of course, I'm too tall. I mean, I'm sitting too close. And you hold it above your head. And meditate like that. If you want to meditate more with the gemstone for the month, the garnet, that's associated, of course, with the root, that red. Of course, that's located at the base of the spine. And the mudra for that is the prana mudra. And you just take your thumb and your ring and pinky fingers, hold them together, extend the other 2 fingers out, and just rest your hands on your knees.
So try that crown one, guys. Actually try it over your head. It's an interesting feeling right away.
Yep.
It's almost like an antenna,
Bring it-
like creating that opening over your head. Tell David to be quiet, Rhea. Sorry, my daughter is here, and I know she started laughing. I could just imagine David going, "Oh yeah." Oh my. All right. The Celtic moon is birch. So now, how many of you have a birch tree near you, whether it be on your property or at a park or something like that? I mean, birch is pretty easily identifiable. Birch is obviously, for January, a time of new beginnings and making plans for the future. The silvery bark reflects or resembles the silver of moonlight. And so moon is a big, big thing for January. And the birch kind of helps us out with it. Birch is also all about the feminine aspects of nature. In fact, ancient Celtics called it the Lady of the Woods, which I love that. So whenever you see that when you're driving along, I mean, birch is everywhere. I think it's in all 50 states, right? Am I right, Rhea? But yeah, I mean, birch is really common. You can find it in Europe too. We've seen them in there. So just think about that. That's a lady of the woods looking out after you. It's also been called a ladder that shamans can climb to reach the gods. If you want to cleanse your home during the birch moon, you're going to light a red candle or burn rose potpourri. I don't know how easy it would be to find potpourri, rose potpourri. Della, do you know? Tammy, do you know? Like, I don't think I've ever seen rose potpourri unless you make it yourself. Like, get
Not
somebody,
real rose. Yeah.
yeah, get somebody to buy you a dozen roses. Go tell somebody right now, you need to buy me a dozen roses, and then rip them off and let them let them dry. There's your potpourri.
I am first.
I used to do that all the time though. Whenever somebody, Barry, gave me roses, I would let them, I wouldn't rip them right away, but as they got tired, I would just keep a whole bucket of them all the time. And you can make rose water with them. If you have a birch tree nearby, tie a red ribbon, a supposed to be ribbon, on a twig to ward off the evil eye, because we're all really worried about that evil eye all the time, right? So I think it would also give you some good luck. So we have a nice little spell we can do with our resolutions. So the first thing you need to do is go for a walk. You need to gather. Not right now. Don't freak out, Cynthia. You don't have to do this right now. Tell David to stop it. You need a red candle, a red ribbon, a birch wand, and frankincense, rose, and how do you pronounce that? Benzoin?
Benzoin.
Benzoin. So here's the thing. I know that rose essential oil is super expensive. So I would think that you could substitute palmarosa. Am I right, essential oil ladies? I think that would work just as well. You could also maybe do rose water.
That's what I was going to say, rose water.
And again,
Yeah.
you can make that yourself. All you have to do is get some roses and put it in water with a little bit of vodka and let it set for a while so it won't go bad. Don't drink it. I mean, I guess you could drink it, but I don't know how good it would taste. So, but you can always make your own rose water that way. And I'm not familiar at all with benzoin. What is that?
It's a resin. It's kind of thick.
So like frankincense.
Yes, but I have a small bottle of benzoin, but I use it in some of the more medicinal remedies that I have. It's especially for like rheumatism, arthritis, and things of that nature with joints.
Is it easy to find or?
No, I have to order it from a distillery.
Oh, okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Whenever you have something that, it's a specific, okay, you need this, this, and this, we're going to just all agree that you're going to use what you have. So, I mean, and you'll be able to still make it work. It's always about the intention. So get your birch twig. You're going to put the essential oils or whatever you have on your hands and rub it onto a red candle. Light the candle and stand in front of it, visualizing your resolution. You want to see it happening. So those of you that are Reiki healers, this is what we do with our calm symbol. We'll write down what we want and then we close our eyes and we see it happening. So you want to do the same thing. State it out loud and always in a positive way. So it's not, if your resolution is to lose weight, you're not going to say something like, well, I'm going to lose 20 pounds because I'm a big fat hippo. You do not put stuff out to the universe like that. You always want to say, I make healthy choices. Keep it in the positive. Hold the birch twig at one end and pass it through the candle's flame. And then turn around, and you can set it on fire if it's dry enough. Turn around counterclockwise, holding the twig in front of you to draw a circle around yourself. You're going to turn your whole body with it. You're making a big circle with the birch. Repeat an incantation, and you can change the words of this. This isn't something that it has to be said just like this. But if you don't have your own incantation, this is one you could use. And then just sit down and meditate, contemplate your wish. When you've finished, blow out the candle. So I would be curious if you guys try this, how it feels. I feel like, I'm pretty weird about resolutions. I don't normally make resolutions. I did this year actually, but I don't normally. Usually I will set intentions or instead of giving things up, I decide what I'm going to embrace. But I think that this is a different way than to just say, yes, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to stop looking at the internet. I'm not, like all of the things that you say every year. See if you could pick something that's very important and try this blessing spell with it. And then let me know or put it on the seekers page. So here's your aromatherapy.
All right, so again, this is just what our recommendations to use as a room spray or diffuser, and of course the recipe, the basic recipe for each. Vodka, filtered water, and then add the essential oils, or if it's in the diffuser, put the water and then add the essential oils and diffuse. So for January, our new beginnings. So we're going to focus on new beginnings and happiness. So our new beginnings blends are Brighten the Day, which is grapefruit, wintergreen, and cinnamon. Start of the year is rosemary, grapefruit, lemon, and cedar. And our happiness blends are Happiness Is, which is frankincense, peppermint, and lemon. And our Joy, Bliss, and Cheer, which is rosemary, lang lang, and grapefruit. And I will tell you that the Joy, Bliss, and Cheer, I had that one going when I was first putting it together. Yeah, I had that diffused and I was like, oh my God, this smells so good. I love that one. That's like my favorite one.
Yeah, it's very uplifting.
Yeah.
So Leslie asked, why did I say vodka in the rose water? So it's still water. You're going to put water in it. You put rose water, but just like we do with the other blends, you put in the vodka so the stuff doesn't spoil. So if you put just the rose petals and the water, same as the essential oils, they'll go bad. It'll get rancid,
Right.
but the vodka will keep it from turning so it doesn't mold or anything like that. So you're not going to fill the container with vodka. You're going to put a couple tablespoons in. And you can buy just really cheap vodka. Like I buy the little, crappy vodka. I think it's like $2, something like that. $2 chuck.
The cheapest vodka you can find.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And no flavoring to it. You don't want it to have any
No. Plain, definitely plain.
Yeah, yeah. Because, if you've used alcohol, alcohol would work, but it's going to smell like alcohol. And when you're trying to make something smell like an essential oil, you certainly don't want to smell nasty old yuck. Anyway. All right. So the healing attunement. Now, a lot of you have done this in the studio. And so we're going to do it online together. And this is why you had that big list of stuff that you were supposed to have. Now, don't worry. It's okay that you don't have it, but I would love for you to be able to write some of this down. So please, if you haven't already done it, get paper and a pen. And if you are planning on burning, you might want to tear the paper into little strips so you don't have a big piece of paper to try to burn in your home. So you might just take strips as you're writing. And we are going to do a little bit of meditating here. I'm trying to get this open more. Good. All right. So piece of paper, we're going to meditate on what we need to let go of from 2023. And we're going to actually go through each month. Now, I'm not going to call out each month, but I want you to really take the time to focus on the month of January, February. Most of us who are older are probably not going to be able to remember January because we can't remember yesterday. but there will be things that that will come to you. I know Rhea and Ashita are going, are you kidding? Of course I remember January. Oh no, Rhea? I know. Oh, well, Rhea has pregnancy brain, so she has an excuse. Not, we don't. All right, so take a couple deep breaths. I don't want you to get caught up in memories or anything like that. I want you to just let your brain sort of flicker over January. What can you remember of January 2023? And if anything comes to you that you need to let go of, just write it down. As I'm guiding you through this, just write it down. Doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be a full sentence. It can just be a word or two. Who are the people that you were surrounded with? Were there any situations that you wish you had handled differently? Were there any events where people treated you unkindly? How about your home? Did it let you down in any way? Your office, your coworkers, your boss if you have one. Is there anything that you held on to in 2023 that is a continual thought that is hard to release? Maybe something from 2022, 21, 20. Is there anything you've held on to that you would like to let go? Let your mind drift over February, March, summer. Were there any events where people treated you unkindly? Were there any times that you treated others with less than the highest intentions of the highest good? Again, don't let yourself get caught up in the memories or any accusations or recriminations. Just write it down. What about the fall? Is there any overarching things that you feel are holding you back from realizing your higher self? What is blocking your potential? Maybe there's some habits that you have that are stopping you from getting things done. Or maybe there's some deep-seated beliefs, some of those always or shoulds or have tos that you could release. And so when you have a good feel for what in 2023 stopped you from being that innocent child that you know you are, that happy person underneath the burdens. When you have that, go ahead and take that paper and kind of just in whatever way, you can use the scissors, you can just rip, but take them into separate little pieces as possible. Now there's two ways you can do this when you're ready. One is if you do have a burning pot. So I don't suggest you use a regular cooking pot that has Teflon or anything like that on it. If you have just an old-timey pot, clay pot, you can, well, I used to keep a paint can that never had paint in it. But if you have something like that, feel free to take those little slips of paper and set them on fire. You're going to let them go. You can do this if you have a gas stove. You can stand by the gas stove and set them on fire and throw them into it, or you can light them, whatever works. If fire is not your element, if you feel like I'm really uncomfortable setting things on fire in my home, unless of course you prefer to have a new home, obviously outside is a way to do it, but you can also take these slips of paper, and this you can do right now, get a Ziploc bag, put all the pieces of paper in the Ziploc bag and put water on it. Fill it with water, seal it shut tight, and go throw it in your freezer. And you're gonna just ice that down. You're just putting it away. It's going to be encased in ice, and you never have to worry about those things again. So personally, I like fire. You know, it's the Aries in me. I don't know, can you guys see Della? she's got it already burning. So, and again, if you don't have those elements right now, it's okay. But do try to do this in the next couple of days. It's super important for you to take the time to really let go. You don't want to be carrying in all this baggage into the new year. I always feel like we have a week of grace. So, you know, from January 1st to January 7th is kind of your window to perform these rituals that you need to make that fresh start. So who else besides Della has fire? Anybody? Tammy's got fire. Leslie has fire. Okay. No fire for you, Ashita. Those of you that live in apartments better be careful, I guess. You can also, you know, take them to a barbecue grill, something like that. So does anybody want to share anything that came up for them during that? And it's if you want to, I'd love to hear it, but it's certainly not necessary. Go ahead, Leslie.
It's the whole thing about not being self-directed and the courage to recognize that I have what it takes to go ahead and be self-directed. and to know what to do with my time and not need to be regulated by the
Yeah.
structure of the corporate world.
Very nice. I like that you sort of have an, all of those questions bring you to what truly is, what is it all about? Because whenever we have something to let go, it's usually something that is, how do I put this? It's sort of like when I do a tarot reading and I say, people will come to me and say, oh, I need to know about my job. And the tarot reading will be clearly about all these other things. Everything comes to a central point. And like you say, your word is self-directed. That's what it's all coming to. So I like that you shared that. Thank you. Anybody else? So the cleansing with the fire and the ice, that's what that bottom picture is. The other thing we want to do is sage or Palo Santo. Now, if you're going to sage, depends on where you live. I don't know how warm it is there in South Carolina right now. It's a little chilly here in North Carolina. Yeah. And I know Maryland is freezing. So if
Plus
you're
it's supposed to rain, might be raining too.
yeah,
Cold
okay.
and raining.
So if you're going to do sage in your home, you want to make sure you can open all your windows and your doors. So, and that's kind of a New Year's ritual also, that at midnight you open all the windows and doors to let the spirits out. Now, remember, you have a window, so you can still do this. You're going to let all the badness out. You can also, and I know people are going to be mad at me, but cleaning your house is a really good thing to do right now. Just taking as much effort as you possibly can and clearing space, clearing clutter, take down all the Christmas stuff and don't put anything else up, and actually clear the deck. If you're going to clear with sage, again, you have to have the windows open so the smoke has a place to go. Otherwise, the smoke that are, what do you want to call it, spirits, are just going to be pushed back a little bit into your walls and come right back out. Palo Santo is what I use inside. I think I've told most of you, like Shauna, when we were out in Sedona with Shauna, and we couldn't figure out why we kept having all this trouble with the studio over and over and over again. One of the things she said was, you're doing all this sage, and all that's doing is putting all that negative energy right into the walls. So you want to use, oh, look at this. Tammy is actually actively saging as we talk. So you're going to take that Palo Santo. Remember, it's not going to stay lit forever. I always have a white candle and the stick, and I carry the white candle and the stick with me to keep relighting it. And you want to do all four walls, especially pay attention to your corners. And I tend to take the Palo Santo. Yeah, I see you have it, Della. And I actually write the Reiki symbols with that all around. So that that would be one of the first things that you want to do. Burn your stuff or put it on ice. Then you want to protect your home. And so, like I said, the Reiki symbols, if you're not, is everybody here Reiki? Actually, everybody is here is Reiki. I'm not sure of all the people that asked for recordings, but if you are Reiki, you're going to want to put that power symbol on in every room, all 6 sides. So all 4 walls, ceiling and floor, and then to every window, every door, every point of entry into your home. Put the power symbol on it. If you are not Reiki, put a symbol that means something to you. So for example, if you want to keep love inside, put a heart on all 4 walls, ceiling, floor. If you, I'm trying to think of another example. I don't know. Any symbol will work. You know, some people like the Hamza symbol. You know, if you are Jewish, you can use the Star of David. You can use the Star of David even if you're not Jewish. You know, whatever symbol speaks to you, that's what you want to see in light, to protect your home. I like to use the Karuna symbol Rama, which calls in Archangel Michael. So if you are Karuna, you may want to choose to do that. If you do not, if you're not a Reiki healer or you're not Karuna, just visualize swords. Michael is the archangel of protection, and he uses his swords for that. Let yourself get creative with it. Salt. Salt is a really big deal. So if you have kosher salt or sea salt or Himalayan salt, did anybody bring that to the table? Good for you, Tammy. Good. So I am a huge believer in creating a line of death. So I know, Cynthia, it's just an expression, but at my front door and my back door, I will sprinkle salt. You know, in my house in Bowie, I will take and put salt all the way around the perimeter. Well, you know, you can buy a big thing of kosher salt. I just bought a big box of it. It's at, you can get it like BJ's or something. Is that where we got that from? And it's cheap. It's like $3. It's no, you know, salt is really inexpensive. So buy a big box of it and line the walls. You can do this also in your office. So a lot of people can't burn sage or Palo Santo in their office. And of course, your office is where people come in all the time and bring their negativity with them. Put a line of salt right at the door. If you live with other people that are negative, put a line at your bedroom door. Now remember that if you're putting the line outside where it can rain, you're going to have to do it again. We would discover like everything would be cool. I mix salt and tourmaline. I bust it up with a hammer, and we would sprinkle it in the sidewalk cracks leading up to the studio because we had so much trouble with negative energy there. And everything would get really nice. And then all of a sudden it would get really bad again. And we'd realize, oh, it rained. It rained. So we'd have to go out and do it again. So pay attention to that. The coins. So how many of you remembered from doing this year after year that the first time you go into your house in the new year, you need to throw money in? No. Okay. Everybody stop what you're doing right now. Go into your purse or whatever you carry your money in and go grab a couple of dollars and go outside, open the door and throw that money in. I'll wait. And I'm serious. If you're a Reiki healer, use the distance symbol, just the words of it. So you could go back to January 1. Cynthia, go put your money out there. Yes, Tammy. You're muted, sweetie. You're muted.
So does it matter if we put it out the front door or the back door or?
Wherever you enter the most, just walk in and throw the money in.
Oh, into the, okay, gotcha.
Into the house, yes.
Got it. Thanks.
Did you do it, Ria?
David came out with me. He tried to take my money. Just kidding. There was a package out there too.
We used to do that, and Corey would try to take the money.
Of course he would.
In after us, and the first thing you do is you walk in and you throw the money in, and then Corey'd be like, "Wow, $20." You can leave the money laying there, in your hallway or whatever it is, for as long as you want. But if you live with people, you need to tell them not to steal your money. So.
All true.
That's what I was saying. Corey used to try to take the money. Yes, Ashita?
I have a few comments in the chat, but what does that represent, Linda?
So it's all
Hearing
about. Oh, here, I'm looking at your chat now. Is this what we should do, even if it's been done? Have you done it before?
So I've done the salt before when I first moved in. So what that question was referring to, if it's something that we should be doing every year anyway.
Mhm.
And then the second question is relating to, I don't have cash. I just have a whole bunch of foreign currency. So hopefully that works. And then the third question relates to that again. What does that act mean or do? Because it's the first time I'm hearing of it.
Okay, so first of all, if you've already done it in the past couple of months, that's going to be your call. I believe that January is the fresh start. So, I don't do the sage and all of that often, unless I know I have had somebody or some energy in the house that isn't positive. So you can do it as often as you want, but I do like the idea of January being a fresh start. And so what we're trying to do is clear out the old and bring in the new. Throwing the money in represents prosperity continuing all year long. So it's like you open the doors and the windows to let out all the bad juju, and then you're throwing the money in to let in all that prosperity that you're looking for. So, and again, normally we do this on New Year's Day, but we have a window. So, and you can just leave it there. We had it everywhere and we hadn't had a chance to clean up. There was like dog hair everywhere. So we ended up having to pick our money up right away. So, but that's okay. It's not about how long it stays. It's about actually the act of, I am allowing all this prosperity to come my way. So any other questions? I'm sorry, I didn't see the chat. I have people up so high. And so I saw Stephanie answered Leslie's about the Palo Santo. Yes. Okay. All right.
I didn't see that one. What was the question? Because I was running to the back door.
She asked the question of what is Palo Santo? And
I
so
saw that too.
Okay, Della has it in her hand. So let's get Della talk and you can see her. Unmute, Della.
Okay, so both of these are Palo Santo, and it's just like, it's a type of wood. And as you can see, they've both been burned. I put this one out. This one was the one I was just burning. So I kind of stamped it out so it wouldn't keep smoking. But
Where do
in
you
my
get
little
it?
pot here.
Where do you obtain it though? Where do you
Linda.
get it?
From Linda.
Oh, so you're gonna ship me something?
Do you
No,
have,
because I haven't heard of it either.
yeah. So Palo Santo literally means holy wood. And it's kind of an incense. It smells really nice.
It does.
If there's not a metaphysical store near you, do you have any, like, they should have it in metaphysical stores. If they don't, let me know and I can get you some.
Well, I don't know if they do or not because I've never looked for one. They might.
Yeah.
Tammy says Amazon.
Oh, good. Yes, I always forget about Amazon. Yeah, go on Amazon.
Sells it too.
Where else?
Etsy.
Are they how do I put this? Are they cleansed or do I have to cleanse them myself if I buy it from Amazon or Etsy?
No, you're going to set them on fire and the active fire will cleanse it. So you don't have to
Okay.
worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll send
Amazon
you
or
some, we'll
Etsy.
send you a link. We'll put a link up at Seekers. Are you on Seekers page? We'll send you a link, don't worry. On where to get it. So Rhea, if you know on Etsy where to get it, you can send me a link. I know Amazon has it. All right, now we have a clean slate. We got money coming in the door. We've let go of everything that we need to let go of, or we're going to. Now we're going to go back into creating. What do we want for 2024? So you're going to do the same scenario. You're going to allow yourself to think about 2024, and you can take it by months. Some of you may already have some plans for 2024. Maybe you're switching a job. Maybe you're having a baby. Maybe you are going on a beautiful trip. Maybe you're going to switch homes, or maybe you're going to find love. Allow yourself to really dream, and do not try to fit the dream into your life. You don't ever want to dream for something that fits in a box. A dream is always something large. So you allow the dream to come, and then you let the universe decide how to make it happen. So if you're a person that the minute you come up with a dream, like, oh, I would really love to find love, and the next word is always but this, but that, but you just negated your manifesting. If you don't believe it, or you're going to try to make it fit all your rules, I can't tell you how, and this, I'm going to go on a tangent here. I can't tell you how many women I have had sit on my couch, cry, and tell me how lonely they are and how much they just wish they had a companion. They just want somebody to travel with. They just, like all these things. And I get it. If I didn't have Barry, I don't know what I'd do. I mean, probably at first I'd just enjoy the cleanliness. But then I get really lonely, like really lonely. It is nice to have someone. But the next word that they always say is, but I'm going to need to see his credit report. I'm going to need to find out, I don't really want to share my space with him. I really want him to be available when I want him to be available. I really want, and it's always this big, long laundry list of, well, they have to be an executive, and yeah, they have to have a really nice job, and yeah, they need to have their own, it's like incredible the amount of stipulations they're putting on the dream. And I get it. I always say that I was really lucky that I got married very, very young. So I didn't have any rules yet. I was just like, he's really cute and I like to hang out with him a lot, and that just made it a whole lot easier. So I get it. As you get older, you have more things. But if your dream comes with a lot of rules and regulations, it's going to be too hard for that dream to come true, which doesn't mean you should lower your standards by any stretch of the imagination, but leave the dream as is. I would love to have a companion. That's the end of it. And then let it happen. So sorry about my rant. Write down your dreams. Write down everything that you would like to see happen in 2024. And so now that you have a good idea of what those dreams are, and you know you can continue to add to this as the year progresses, you're going to want to, not now, but sometime during this week, gather the items in your home that reflect those dreams. And you're going to set up an altar, and it could be just a simple altar, just a little space in your home that you're going to put those items are. So, for example, if what you're looking for is love, maybe you have a little heart, or, you can find at the dollar store a little Cupid statue, or, something like that, and place it in a space. So when you walk by it, you remember, oh yeah, that's my dream. And then you just continue to add to that. While you were working, I was pulling up the energy for the healing attunement, but I was also picking a card for you to have a word or a mantra for the year. So, Della, yours is communication. And so you might choose to write these down if they speak to you. Cynthia, yours is love. Ria, yours is freedom. Leslie, yours is purpose. Stephanie, yours is strength. Tammy, yours is transformation. And Dashida, yours is creativity. So those of you that are watching on the recording, I know there's a lot of people that couldn't make it tonight. I will send yours to you once I send you the recording. So don't feel like you have to use the word that was chosen for you, but do know that it was chosen for you, not by me, but by whoever comes through. You may decide to add your own words, but now we're going to get ready for the healing attunement. And so what I need you to do here is you need to be comfortable, but you need to be in a space that you can still move around a little bit. So don't let yourself get so cloistered in that you can't move your hands. If you didn't Palo Santo the room that you're in, it's okay. But do think about clearing your space energetically. So whether it be that you put your power symbol on just the room that you're in, all four walls and the ceiling and the floor, take the time to do that now.
Linda, if I used Sage while we've been on the line, will that suffice?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But you still can use the power symbol. That's fine too. If you don't remember the power symbol, just let your intention be power and protection. If I could write it in the chat, I would. I just don't know how to write it in the chat. And if you don't remember your power symbol, you must come to the Reiki refresher level 2, because we're going to go into that. All right, so get comfy. Yes, get warm if you have a blanket, whatever you need.
Is it something we'll have to watch or can we lay down?
No, you can lay down. Yeah, I'm going to lead you through a meditation. Good. So just allow yourself to wiggle, move around, and know that anytime during this attunement, you can move. You don't have to have your eyes closed unless that feels more comfortable to you. You cannot mess this up. So even if you're not focusing, even if your mind is wandering, it's not going to mess it up. I have already pulled all of the energy, all of the symbols that I need to be able to do this through this form. And now I would like you to, if you do remember your power symbol, I want you to write it on your hands. And those of you that don't remember, think about the 7 chakras, how it starts with the 7 and then just spirals through your chakras. So go ahead and put that on your hand. And then I want you to take your hands and put them on your chakras. So let's start with the crown. And then bring your hands to your third eye, to the throat, You're just seeing the chakras becoming purified and preparing for attunement. Bring them to your heart, to the solar, to the sacral, and then to the root. Now keep one hand at the root and put the other above the crown chakra, going up about a foot. And feel as if there is a light going from the crown to the root and back up again. See this happening 3 times. Purifying and balancing all chakras. Begin to feel that energy starting. Good. Now I want you to take both arms, both hands, and reach up over your head and look up. Ask for this energy to come to you from the highest intention of the highest good. Breathe it in. And then bring your hands to your heart. I call upon Dr. Yasui Sensei and all the Reiki guides and masters that come before us. I call upon the archangels, Michael, Raphael, Uriel, and Gabriel. I call the ascended masters, the enlightened beings, Mother Mary, Avakalita Shavara, Kuan Yin, Jesus Christ. Come be with us now. As we allow ourselves to be healed and let go of what does not serve our higher self, and as we embrace our dreams and manifest the highest intention of the highest good. We ask for your wisdom, your protection, and we ask for your guidance through every single moment of the coming year. Keep us safe, keep us grounded, and allow us to understand that we do not have to be part of the chaos. We can be part of the solution. I ask this in the name of all that is sacred, all that is holy, and all that is light. Amen. Now just allow yourself to rest. Let your hands come down by your side. Breathe in, breathe out, and relax. Feel the energy flowing through you, and maybe even feel the presence of your spirit guides. Allow yourself to be cozy and comfortable. Now begin to give over to any sensation of fatigue. Just give over to the tiredness without needing to change anything. You don't need to hold yourself up right now. Just let your body fall into the ground. Gently softening and letting go. Your muscles hanging heavy and relaxed. With each exhalation, feel that sense of releasing into gravity. With each little sensation of letting go and releasing downward, you feel the hug from the earth, the support from her broad, massive, strong body beneath you, releasing and relaxing. Just letting yourself be held by the earth right here, right now. Beneath you as support. Very gently, take your hand and just tap the crown chakra. Tap the third eye. And now tap the heart. And relax. Now gently become aware of the air all around you. You may sense the air like a soft caress on your skin, or simply be aware that the space above and around you is filled with these life-giving nutrients that feed your breath. Imagine in your own way that the air is saturated with healing power. Know this as the benevolent, loving atmosphere of Earth, the great Mother's breath, as it surrounds and permeates us always, whether we are aware of it or not. You can rest in this healing presence. You can let go. Let yourself be bathed in this healing atmosphere, nurtured in this healing atmosphere. With each inhalation, gently draw from that nourishing presence. Feel how each breath effortlessly carries that healing quality into your lungs, into each cell of your body. The breath of the earth, supported by the body of the earth. And now, once again, bring your hand to your crown and just lightly tap. To the third eye. And now to the heart. And relax. Gently and effortlessly breathing in and receiving. Receiving deep into your body. Every cell of your body is being nourished, healed, and regenerated. Each healing breath flowing everywhere within you, touching, nourishing, and making its way everywhere, finding its way into every secret place in your heart. As you breathe in from the air that surrounds you, you can infuse the air in each breath with the particular quality of healing, of sustenance, of nourishment that you need right now. Breathing it in and letting it suffuse every part of yourself. Any place that is aching, any place that is longing for healing. With each breath, letting go more and more deeply. With each breath, allow yourself to receive more and more deeply. Resting, receiving, healing, releasing, softening, being. Once again, tapping gently on the crown, on the third eye, and on the heart. Allow yourself to savor these final moments of this healing attunement. Soak in the feelings of relaxation. Become aware of your whole body. See if you can memorize this feeling in your muscles, in your bones, in the depths of your being. Imagine yourself moving into 2024 with a sense of wholeness, balance, and vitality. See it. And then reach your hands out and gather it. Gather that dream, gather that promise. And feel as if you are bringing it in through the crown, through the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar, the sacral, and the root. Allow yourself to do that 3 times. Gather and bring it in. On that 3rd time, let your hands rest at your heart. Feel free to give thanks for all lessons learned and all possibilities. Now allow yourself to just interlace your fingers and stretch. Take a couple deep breaths. Feel free to shift around a little bit. And begin to transition to full consciousness. And before feeling like you have to rush forward, Della has a poem to read for us to set our sights on the year.
Just for Now by Dana Fouds. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight so you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth just for now, be boundless, free, awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that when you open your eyes, the world looks different, newly born, and vibrant, just for now.
How we doing? How's everybody feel? Good. Good. So I know this will be a shock, but we've run over. So thank you for your patience. The next healing space will be on January 31st because there's some interesting things happening February 1st. Somebody just chatted. Oh, nice, Ashita. I'm glad to hear that. So Ashita's asking, what does attunement do again? So just like when you became Reiki attuned, it is almost like a major tune-up of the chakras. It cleanses and releases everything. That's why you feel lighter. And it opens the possibility of more spiritual enlightenment. The healing attunement, instead of the symbols going into the mouth of God, going into the heart, allows a deep cleansing of any emotions that need to let go. Could you please be quiet? I'm sorry. He's doing something. Perhaps he didn't get the attunement. Sorry about that. So yeah, I mean, attunement's one of those things that it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a Reiki healing on steroids. When you get Reiki, how it dredges up everything so we can then clear it away. The attunement is like that supernova, like that picture that we saw in the very beginning of that bright shining light. It's like the breakthrough. So does everybody else feel a little lighter, a little more positive? Good, good, glad to hear it. So, all right, then I will be sending you the recording and the slides. So you can kind of refer back to it, especially if you're going to do that resolution spell. I would love to see it. I'd love to see you take a picture of it too, and we'll put it out to the rest of the seekers. So, Della and I thank you. We love this class, and I know we say it every single month, but we really do enjoy it. And we've been listening to feedback from people on how to make it even better. I know he just keeps on. I'm so sorry. Rio, would you talk to your father? But please continue to send us your feedback. We want to keep making this something that works really well for you guys. So anything you have to say, we want to hear it. So Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, and thank you so much.
Happy New Year.
Much love, much love.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Much love.